Sekarang ya. Oke, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our international webinar on web service technology in the creative industry, research trend and application on Wednesday, May 14, 2025, hosted by Multimedia Engineering Technology, Polytechnic Elektronika Negeri Surabaya. My name is Rendra Supramaji, and I'm honored to be your host for today's event. We are gathered here from across the world, and it's truly exciting to be part of such distinguished and diverse audience. It's wonderful to have you here. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to thank to our keynote speaker who are sharing his time and expertise with us today. This webinar promise to be insightful and engaging experience for all of us. Uh, it's my great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Yohani Fridelin Panduman. He is specially appointed assistant professor at the University of Osaka. Mr. Johannes Panduman has an experienced background in IoT, big data, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and edge computing. He is graduated from Polytechnic Elektronika Negeri Surabaya for bachelor degree and master degree. Also graduated from the University of Osaka for doctoral degree. He's passionate about applying advanced technologies to address real-world challenges. Now, allow me to take a few moments to get you through the agenda for today's event. We will start with a brief introduction to our webinar theme and then opening speech from our head of study program Multimedia Engineering Technology. And then we will have a series expert presentation from our keynote speakers. And after presentation, we will open for live Q&A session where you can engage and directly with speakers. Now, before we dive in, I'd like to introduce some few information to our audience to ensure the webinar runs smoothly. To our audience, please make sure your microphones and are muted throughout the event unless uh, in Q&A session. If you have any question during presentation, please feel free to type in the chat or Q&A section. You can also use the chat function to share your thoughts or interact with other attendees. And this webinar is recording and will be available for viewing at later date. And now, please, Mr. Asabit Auzan as our uh, head of multimedia engineering program for opening speech. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Pak Rendra. Okay, good morning to everyone. On behalf of Multimedia Engineering Technology at the PANS, I would like to welcome you to our international webinar on the topic Web Service Technology in Creative Industry, Research Trend and its Application. We are very pleased to have you with us today to provide in deep insight into web service technology in the creative industry world. First of all, I would like to thank you to committee who have prepared this event, Pak Zaka and the team. And I would like to say a special thank you for speaker, Mas Johannes. Yeah, thank you for the time to fill this event at Multimedia Engineering Technology. Okay, I hope all students can follow this event well, stay focused. If you have any question, please ask later in the question and answer question session. Okay. Maybe it's enough for me. Pak Rendra, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Asabis. Thank you for your opening speech. Now let's get started for keynote speaker presentation, Mr. Yohanes Yani Fridelin Panduman. Please, the time is yours.
Thank you very much. So I would like to share my screen first. Wait. Okay. The, that's okay. There's no problem with my sound, right? Okay. It comes to a voice. Okay. Wait. Okay. Okay. Before I start, first of all, I would like to say thank you very much for the time given to me. Okay, my name is Johan, and today I would like to gi- uh give us some insight or share some insight about the web service technology in creative industry. And I would like to highlight about the research trend and applications. So actually, this is like a new experience for me. That's why I would like to say thank you very much to the BUHSD because BUHSD has invited me to be able to join in this event. So before I continue my presentations, let me just update my profile. So actually, I was graduate from the Okayama University uh, at as the doctoral programs under the Disability System Research Laboratory. And then for my bachelor's and also my master's, I in advance, yes, but I also under supervision by Mr. Dotto, Sutosgi Dotto at the Human Centric Multi Laboratory. So this is our today agenda. First, for introductions, I would like to introduce about how is digital transformations reshaping the creative industry. Especially, I would like to introduce about the new paradigm technology that can change how the way the creative industry operate. And the second part, I would like to give us some definitions. I also introduce to you about the web service technology. So in here, what are the web service and how we can build them? And the last and the third part, this is about the research trend and applications. In here, I would like to about what are the emerging trends that integrate the web service technology. So let's start to the first sections for introduction. So first, let's begin with by taking a quick look about the digital transition on industry revolutions. Okay, as we know, there is a lot of the industry revolution, right? For the 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and the often we use is industry 4.0. I think this is a hot news also in Indonesia. Basically, as we know, the industry 4.0 marked a revolution how we can use the technology in the manufacturing and service. It combined the several technology like a cyber physical system with the IoT, AI, cloud, and also data analytics. Basically, it focused on the data digitalization and cloud centric. The main or the key idea was to make a system smarter by collecting vast of amount of data and processing it centrally on the server or the edge and using that knowledge to improve the efficiency of the industry. However, I think even though that this system is a centralized intelligence was so powerful, but it sometimes it become some issue that should be handled. For example, the system was built but not flexible enough because it's not able to support the personalization system or the adaptability, which means some of the users may need different functions or different system that not include or that not built in the current system in the industry 4.0. That's why, for that reason, currently, the industry 5.0 was introduced as a next digital evolution, which shift the focus from the smart system to the human-centric and sustainable system. In here, they emphasize how the human and the machine, we collaborate and allow for the personalization. Following this concept, I mean the Industry 4.5.0, Japan has introduced about the broader concept called the Society 5.0, which provide a vision for the future society. In the Society 5.0, builds upon the super smart society, which means it provides how the system can integrate the cyberspace and the physical space to address social issues and improve the quality of life of the human. So, as core of the 5.0, it consists of the several technology. For example, it combines the immersive technology, Internet of Things, AI, big data, robotic, and so on. So, in here, we can imagine that the creative industry play a vital role in these transformations, because in the creative industry we use several technology like immersive technology, AI, big data, robotic, Internet of Things, and others. So in this way, because the creative industry also become like a intersections between the humans and technology, because the creative industry often use the interface to communicate or to connect the humans and the technology. So these features represent the key pillars of Industry 5.0 and also Society 5.0. As we can see in here, the human-centrics become the pillars that include both in the Industry 5.0 and also Society 5.0. As a result, when we need to build a technology, we have to make sure that technology must work together to address the human need or demand. So in the basic idea of the Industry 5.0 is not to change the humans or to submit the human, but how we can build a technology that help the humans. It includes how we can work, about the industry, about the health or something. That's why when we when we want to develop the creative industry, there is no single tool, device, or platform that can operate independently anymore. So everything should or have to or can be or more at least they have a functions to be able to collaborate, integration, and interoperability. So for example, the IoT device or the creative software, AI service, a master platform or something, or another system need to communicate seamlessly to support this demand. However, as we know, the current industry, especially in the creative industry, most of the platform or device used in the creative industry come from the different vendors. Moreover, they may operate on the different specification and operating system. That's why this heterogeneity create a challenge in ensuring some seamless communication, data exchange, and interoperability. That's why, as a developer, we have to consider about the challenge, which means we need a solution to address challenges like collaboration, integration, and interoperability. That's why in here I would like to propose about the web service technology as a digital bridge between the tools, platform, and content, and also users. So the web service technology play a critical role in addressing this challenge by providing a standard protocol and also interface. Next, I would like to briefly explain about the web service technology. Let's start with the definitions. Actually, this is a basic one. So what are web service? Web service are standards way of integrating web-based application using standard communication over internet protocol backbone. So, or we can say the web service as a network accessible interface to the application functionality, which mean it built using the standard internet technology. So by using the web service, we can build multiple applications on the different programming language to communicate with each or with the others without any troubles. So there is two types or the common types that often used in the web service. The first type is a REST, or we can say representational state transfer, and the second type is a SOAP, or we can say SOAP, or Simple Object Access Protocol. So for the REST, it's a web-based application programming interface, or we can say API. That's why some people say that the REST API is an architecture that can be consumed by a wide range of clients, such as the browsers, mobile apps, or the IoT device. So the REST API basically built based on the standard HTTP protocol and support data format like a JSON, XML for the communications. And it's suitable for the building application that require basic operations like a GRUD or create, read, update, delete. I think this is if you study or if you learn about the database, this is the basic operation of the database because the REST API is working with the data. So how about the SOAP? For the SOAP, it represents the protocol used to exchange structured data between the different applications. So it supports the multiple transport protocol, not only HTTP. However, it technology only used for the XML, both for the sending and receiving data, compared with the REST API that allow for the JSONs. And then this application is suitable for building enterprise level application that demand high reliability and complex. That's why I think some of the when we learned web service, it's better to start from the REST API first because the SOP I think is need more time because there is complex and high reliability. That's why in these sections I would like to focus on the REST API. So how does the REST API works? Actually, it's pretty simple because the client initiate the request to the web application through the web API URI. In here, we can use several type of the request, and then the REST API will make a calls to the server after receiving the request. Server will be process the request and then send the response back to the API with the informations. Finally, the API transfer the data to the client, and the client can receive the data they needed. So actually, this is pretty simple, right? There is before I talk about the SOAP and also REST API. However, there's other types that may be often used also in for the development. They call the WebSocket API. WebSocket is actually the communication protocol that provide the full duplex present conditions between the client and the servers. So it support for the text, JSON, or binary format for the mixed communications. And then, unlike the traditional HTTP, which is only for request and response based communication, WebSocket enables real-time data exchange with the direction over the single TCP connection, like this one. So first, client need to request to the servers for the first time and make a handshake to the client. So after this one, the client and the server can get the exchange the communication direction output of the. I think it's used for the real-time communications. Okay, next, let's play to the REST API. In this time, I would like to explain the things or the key that we should be considered to starting the developing the REST API web service. So it includes about the HTTP communications, basic skills programming, of course, and also we have to know about the server architectures and some supporting tools that help us in the development of the REST API. So first, for the HTTP communications, actually it consists of the two type of communication. First is a request, and the second is a response. Yeah, as I explained before. However, the content of information I mean, the message, they have a several parts. The first is a start line, as a single line that describe the version along the request method or the response, like this one. So, and the second part is a headers. Headers contain a metadata that describe the message, including the authentication method, but it's not appear in here. Sorry. So, and the last, and in here they also have an empty line indicating the metadata of the message is complete. And the last part is a body that contain the message. For example, this is a JSON and this is a response like a HTML. So in these sections, I would like to introduce you about the HTTP request method and also the JSON data. There is a lot of there's a lot of request methods HTTP, but I just want to share about the common one. The first is a get to retrieve data from the server, post to add data on the existing resource on the server, put to update data on the existing resource on the server, and delete to delete data from the server. Actually, when I work as a backend programming, I only use 4 of them, not using others like a tracker or something. And the second part, I would like to introduce about the JSONs. JSON is one of the open standard file format and the data interchange format that represent the data object composed by name and also value pair, and then inside they also have the array. So basically, this is example of the JSON. JSON is often used because we can read the JSONs. I mean, human can easily to read the JSONs. If we compare with the other type of data, I think it's a little bit difficult because like XML, even though they put the same format like the JSONs, but the XML they have a several code. I think it's also difficult to. I mean, it's not easily to check the content of the XML. That's why when I work as a backend programming, my company is often use the JSONs. Yeah, almost use the JSONs for the API communications. So next, let's move to the basics on the programming. There are also several programming language that often used to develop the REST API. And each programming has to provide the several frameworks and also several advantage. For example, when we want to work with the AI or data science library, I recommend you to study the Python. There's a lot of framework from the Pythons like Django, Flask, and the Tornado. There's a lot of the tutorial or something in the internet. So however, if you want to work in the company or something, I think most of them use like a Node.js based because the Node.js is like they offers or they provide but not blocking IO system with asynchronous operations, which is perfect for the real-time applications. For example, before I used the Express.js when I worked, and the third is Golang. Golang I think is now become popular programming language. Golang they provide coroutines. It offers the concurrent programming in a step forward. Because with the concurrent programming, I think that we can process a lot of the response or record the requests in the same time. Another programming, I think, as we know, the Java is a big programming. However, the Java is suitable only for not only, actually, it's better suitable for the large scale system. So if we work in a huge company, especially in Japan, most of the programmers use the Java for their application system, include the web applications, in backend service, and others. The framework that often used when we want to learn about the REST API, build the REST API using the Java is a Spring. So next, to the last, not the last, the third part is server architectures. There are also two types of the server architectures that we have to consider. The first is monolithic architectures, and the second is a microservice architectures. So I will explain first about the monolithic architectures. Monolithic architectures, which mean the all functionality or all system or all program is packaged into one code base on the one server. Actually, this is a simple one because when we build at first, this is simple. However, when we have to we need to scale the program, we need add the new functions or we update version, it break things. Suppose we add a new code in the one functions, or suppose this part, and it become the error, which means when we need or when we at the time when we access the system, the old system may be gone or maybe stop. That's why the currently most of the applications maybe applications for the apps for the fintechs or something, they use the microservice architectures because in here they split the facility to independent service, and then by using the API also let the microservice communicate with the others. That's why it is ideal for the modern applications. As we know, when we work at the a software house company, the programmer not only one person, right? We have a lot of programmers, and sometimes when they update the code, post the code, and maybe the code is broken or they have a mistakes. So by using the microservice selectors, if the one mistakes only in this part, the entire system still be run because maybe we just need to access this part, so we don't need to connect this part. That's why the microservice architecture is most powerful and often used in currently, especially when we work or we develop huge applications. So next is supporting tools. Actually, in here I just recommend a Postman as one of the useful supporting tools. So by using the Postman, it allows developer to test and interact with our API without writing any code. Just it can craft the request to setting the header, send the data instantly, and we can see the response. So basically, the Postman already used by more than 70 million developers and more than 5,000 organizations in the worldwide use the Postman. So next, let's move to the research trend and applications. So previously, I have explained that the REST API were traditionally used only for the GROD or the basic operation and also the basic data exchange. However, as the digital transformation era began, so it included the growth of the IoT device, AI integration, and immersive technology. The REST API also have evolved to handle more than just a basic data. Now, the REST API become a backbone of the several technology, suppose like IoT technology, because the REST API facilitating the real-time communication and seamless integration across the diverse digital ecosystem. For example, like this architecture, in here, REST API support the collaboration with the third party or the custom applications. As I explained before, in the industry 5.0, it focused on the human-centric. That's why some technology some client need a more flexible code. Maybe they need the add new code. That's why the combine the microservice architectures and the REST API. We can create new functions, new system without making worse in our previous system or the already built-in system. So in this part, I would like to show about the example of the web service. The research on the web service, because the web service today not only about the web apps or the communication, it also become the backend of the system. So in here, I would like to explain about the integration, the several service like IoT device, AI service, or even technology as one applications. The first is my research called the Smart IoT Application Platform. This research focused to develop a system that support the IT development at the cloud, on the cloud as device with the AI service capability. And the second applications, this is also about the IoT platform. However, in here, I would like to focus on the digital twin extensions. Both of the system was developed under the human-centric multimedia laboratory at the PENS. So, okay, I would like to explain its system in the next slide. So the first is a smart IoT application server platform. Basically, smart IoT application platform consists of the two parts. The first is the server part, and the second is a edge device framework. For the server part, we aim to facilitate the development of IT application in the cloud. For the edge device framework, we facilitate development application in the device area, which means we provide the several functions that allow users to create the IoT application system without implementing any single code. In here, we utilize the REST API as a backbone system. In here, this is a built-in functions. I create the built-in functions based on the REST API. So next, I would like to briefly explain about the Smart IoT application system. Smart IoT system is an IoT application that collect data from the various devices, which means we also consider about the interoperability. And the second, we also provide several built-in functions that consist of the data aggregation, synchronization, filters, and data analysis using the AI. And then we store all of data in the MongoDB. And we also provide the user interface and the REST API for data access. By using the REST API, we aim to allow for the collaborations with the other system. So your other system can access the REST API to collect the data. Okay, this is the design system of the Smart IoT application server platform. In here, I just want to explain about the REST API service that used to manage all of the system. So the REST API not only about the communications, it become the main or the backbone of the system. In here, I also in the last, before I was graduate, I also developed the real-time AI function service, which means users just need to upload the models to the through the user interface, define the input, and after that, just connect it to the which device. When the data, when the device send data to the server, it automatically run the AI functions. I think for the features, this is one of the the implementation of the IT applications, especially for the AI and the REST API. The next part is the edge computing device. As I explained before, the edge computing device I am to allow to optimize the configurations. Allow users to optimize the configuration of edge device remotely from the server of the smart. So the main purpose is how we can develop the IoT device without writing any single code. So user just need to connect the sensor with the edge device and control, or make a configuration in the servers, and the system will automatically download the configuration and done. To support, in order to make the system is very well, so we develop the REST API to manage the integrations between the device network and the server. This is one of that's why the web service, especially the REST API, is so powerful, because we can implement the REST API in the different device, like a device or the server, make it communication between device to device. Next, research is an extension of the Smart IoT platform. As we can see in here, this research consists of the two parts, the IoT platform section and digital twin sections. This research provide users with the immersive interface to control and interact with the device within the smart building environment. So I will explain the build of the system. First, in here, I just want to highlight the implementation of digital twin extension section. So first, I would like to briefly explain about the IT platform sessions. In here, it consists of the IT platform core that allow users to track, control, and automate various device and service within their smart home, like this one. So basically, by using IT platform core, we can turn on and turn off, or we control the physical device. Okay, and the second part is a 3D asset, are the cyber object that represent the physical device, which mean we create the 3D asset for each device that similar with the real conditions. Next part is a digital twins extensions. So digital twins extension it enhance the capability of the IT platform. Because before the IT platform only use the user interface like a website or the application to turn on the turn on or turn off the object, the things. By using the digital twin extension, the system or the server serve as a virtual representation of the physical asset, device, or system in the real world. So through the integration with the IT platform, it allows users to monitor and visualize the status and behavior of the physical asset in the real time. So for this purpose, we developed the IoT API that using the WebSocket. So this is the result for the session of the smart IT platform. So the main idea is when users interact with the virtual environment, and then the corresponding real world device respond instantly. For example, in the case of turning on the actual light, so we just access this interface. No, actually, this is a 3D interface that represents the real world. So just access the virtual cyberspace, turn on the light in here, and then the system will turn on the light in the real world. This is the, this is the basic. This is the our purpose to extend the IT platform with the digital twin. So next, actually, I just want to share to you about the research trends. This is this image as a impact radar that provided by Gartner. It contains of the several key that highlight the emerging technology that can be significantly used for the future research. For example, in here, I just want to highlight about the generative AI and also knowledge graph. Generative AI represent the AI that can create a new content such as text, image, music, or code by learning pattern from the existing data. Actually, this is maybe you know about the ChatGPT, right? So ChatGPT is one of the generative AI that often used. So by using the generative AI, we can enhance our applications, we can enhance our research by combining maybe like when we need suppose like my research, currently my friends combine the IoT platform with the generative AI to create the automatic suppose like we like a new students, or we have a novel users in the IoT, we just need the which service or which device that we can use. So just use the generative AI, ask something, and they can give recommendations. Another is the knowledge graphs. Actually, the knowledge graph is a network of interconnected data point that represent the relationship between the entities, such as people, place, or the concept. Actually, I'm still learning about the knowledge graph currently because my current work. Some of my friends learning about knowledge graph that I think I have to learn also about the knowledge graphs. So talk about the API. There is a lot of the product-based applications API that already on the market. So for example, for the generative AI, we can use the OpenAI API or ChatGPT API because it provides a simple interface that interact with the ChatGPT model. So it let user to send a series of message to the model and receive the model generated message in the response. By using the model generated message based on the conversation history provided, allowing for the interactive and dynamic conversation with the model. So maybe if you want to enhance your application and your research, I recommend you to learn about the generative AI, the NLP. So maybe you can find another features that make make it the contribution in your research. So the next part is knowledge graph search API. Actually, the knowledge graph this is for the tool provided by Google that allow developer to access and search the knowledge graph. This is example of the knowledge graph. Yeah, actually, it's like a communication between peoples. As I explained about the Industry 5.0 and so Stephen Pero, I think this is a very useful when we learned about the knowledge graphs. And then I recommend you to use this API. So you don't need to learn from the scratch or make something, just use the API. And maybe and you can learn how the knowledge graph is useful. Or next for the conclusions. So for the conclusions, I just want to summarize about my talk today. So for the digital formations in creative industry, the integration of Industry 5.0 and Society 5.0 present a new challenge or offer a new challenge for the creative industry by emphasizing the need for the collaboration, integration, and interoperability. Then the web service technology, it helped to address the challenge by offering the standard protocol and interface. So HTTP communications, basic programming skill, server architecture, and supporting tools were key factors in development of this technology. And the last part is our research strength and applications. The web services are becoming the backbone of digital ecosystem. It enables the real-time communication on the IoT, AI, and immersive technology. That's all of my presentations today. Thank you very much for the time given to me. So if you have questions, you can talk to me using English or using the Bahasa.
Okay, thank you for our keynote speaker. It's very interesting topic that to